It's still recording.
Whatever. Hey, gamers. Wimpy Kid ranking video. I decided to kill myself and read every single one of the Wimpy Kid books. Bad mistake. I ranked them all, and that coming in at, how many books are there? Coming in number 14, Long Haul. This book is trash garbage because this one made me feel bad for everybody because in this book they just get constantly shit on the entire time. They're like in a road trip and they're just driving around. A pig comes and like shits in their car. And then, like, these parents come and try to rape them. Like, the dad goes in the house to, like, use their bathroom, and then they come in and they're like, hey, buddy. And at the end of this book, it's not a happy ending. It's literally just them miserable. Look at this dude. Look, he got raped. You can tell.
Oh, no.
He got raped. You can tell by this poor dude right here. Bad book. 0 out of 10. Moving on. What's the next book? Dog Days. Number 1 cover. Piss. The movie was good. Did you ever see the movie?
No.
Book is literally just nothing fucking happens. Just a summer vacation, this kid walking around being like, hey, I need a friend. And no one wants to be his friend because Greg Heffley's a fucking sociopath. This is why I don't like this book. Because it appeals to the homosexuals, and I'm not a homosexual. Dog who molests him. I mean, look at that. The dog is trying to rape him when he's on the toilet. This book is condoning bad behavior. And look, he gets butt raped by like grown men. What is up with these books and raping people is what I want to know. Yeah, that's it. Next book. Wrecking Ball. I think this is the newest one because it says 14. This just came in the mail yesterday because I had to order it online because for this video. So that's $6 I'm never seeing again. That's their house. They're moving, but then they don't move at the end. So like nothing fucking changes. His mom's like, yo, dude, so your great aunt fucking just fell down the stairs and died. So we got all her money. And he's like, all right. And they're like, we're going to make a new house. And then they demolished their house. But then the people who wanted to buy their house were like, no, we don't want to buy our house anymore because it's destroyed. And they're like, okay. And then the book ends. So, I don't think there's any rapage going on here, but there's a giant fucking demon who shows up at one point. And that might seem pretty cool, but it's not. We also see another naked man because... well, what did Wimpy Kid book be without naked men? Coming in number 11, which is coincidentally the 11th book because logic, I gotta fucking know. Cheese, it brings the cheese touch back in like the first like 5 seconds because, I don't know, nostalgia? I don't really remember this one, but I know it was better than those ones. What does happen in this one? Hold on. Nothing. Nothing happens in this one. At the beginning part is really good because it's him thinking like, yo, what if my whole life I'm a reality TV show star, because that makes perfect sense. What if when I was born, they were recording me through these mirrors for all my life? It'd be pretty cool, but it would be horrible, because what if he like goes to like, you know, bust a fat one? I might get some hate on you Wimpy Kid enthusiasts here, but number 2, bad book. Movie was okay. I haven't seen a movie in 20 years, but I remember it was okay. All I know is that this one, everyone's like, oh, it gives Roderick the most character development in the whole book series. But all he does is, like, rape little children. Yeah, but in a good way. And look, it's more homosexual tones. Look at that. Does that seem homo to you? Yeah, it's pretty homo, so I don't appreciate that. Like, also the parents are, like, the biggest, like, pieces of shit. Because they're like, hey, if you want money, here's some fucking Monopoly money. And, what? That don't make no sense. I get that in health class. Oh yeah, and also at the end of the book, he goes into the women's restroom and gets gangbanged by a bunch of old ladies. It's not a Wimpy Kid book without rape. Ugly truth. Egg? Disgusting? I don't know what happened in this one. They get into a lockdown procedure. Well, it's not really a lockdown. It's like, you know, at schools when they have like, hey, stay the night thing. And you can like stay, it's like a lock-in or whatever it's called. All the boys, you know, have a gangbang of course. I don't know, plot, I guess? He gets braces. They find the best character of this whole series, Raleigh Jr., the egg who dies in the first 5 seconds of the book. Next book.
The one with the naked guy.
The one that should have been the best one because The Last Straw That's what Pump Up Kicks starts playing. Oh, some guy molests his chicken nuggets. Old people dancing. Get naked guy on the cover.
Can't have a diarrhea.
Yeah, exactly. He wants to be manly, but his dad's like, bro, you're fucking like dumb. No, look at you. Just look at him. Do you think he can like beat up bad guys? No, he can't. And also another gay tone. He's in a pink bathrobe, and his dad's watching him because his dad's also a rapist. Because you can't have a diaper book without rape. We're coming in at whatever number. The original, the best one. Not really. And I can't judge this one too bad because it's the first one and the guy really didn't know what he was doing. He just does bad stuff because this dude is a psychopath, by the way. Rowley, best friend dude, he like murders his whole like family. And like he's a horrible person. Then he goes to like the autistic kid up the road and tries to murder him too. And it's like, what the hell are you doing with your life, man? And at the end of the book, the fat kid Rowley eats like a fucking disgusting cheese off the ground. And then, you know, Zooey Mama, and he says after he eats the cheese, I don't fucking know. Next book, Old School. This one is about banning electronics. So you'd think that this would be the worst book known to man because electronics are obviously the best backbone of our society. Grandpa breaks up with his girlfriend and he goes to live with them. And then his grandpa just like throws old people parties, like old people gangbangs at his house because we can't have enough kid book without gangbang. And then so Greg's like, you know what, I really don't want to see an old people orgy. So he goes out to like the woods or some shit. That's like a school field trip. They go, and then this old creepy dude with like long ass fingernails shows up and tries to murder all of them. So it pretty much turns into like Friday the 13th at like the end of the book. And that's pretty badass, not gonna lie. So, but besides that, and without having a phone to like be like, yo dude, I'm being like butt raped, like help, then it's not a good book. Right, third wheel, black people cover. Greg murders many women in this book. In this one, oh, what do you know, the page I open up to opens on, you know, a rape page. Rowley finds a girl friend somehow, even though he's ugly as shit. Greg goes through a horrible depression phase. He starts cutting himself. He dyes his hair black. You know, he starts saying the N-word. His uncle is apparently a playboy, and he has like 50 wives, and like he gets divorced every like week. Then he lives with them, and then he pretty much hustles all the ladies because first grandpa does it, now the uncle does it. I don't know why these people keep letting their family members in their houses. Next book, Cabin Fever. This one, for the longest time, was my number one, because this is the one I read the most as a kid, and I was like, cool. But then I read this one, and this one was better, but I didn't think it was the number one book, so like my brain went through like, what the hell do I do with my life? Snowstorm happens, and they get trapped in their house. And like you said, when people get trapped in their houses together, something's fun to go on. Their house dies. Greg sees his mom naked, because why wouldn't you, of course? Yeah, exactly. Apparently at the beginning of this book, he found like this small little baby, right? Who like tries to like molest him, and then he likes it. Because why wouldn't he, I guess? I don't know. And then he like loses the baby. And then, yeah, he loses his virginity to the baby, right? Then he finds the baby at the end of the book, and the baby's all like gross and disgusting, so he like gives it to the cops as a gift. Oh yeah, he's also being chased by the cops in this book.
What?
Yeah. Goes out at his school, right? And he wants to advertise this like charity, not charity, his like, I don't know, sexual desires or some shit. So he like tries to plaster it on the side of the school, the middle school, of course, even though he should be like in, I don't know, fucking college by now, right? It leaves big green blotches, probably white blotches of stains on the wall. And then the authorities like, bro, you can't do that. So he runs away and they don't see his face. So he's like all over the papers being like, vandals coming. And then, like, he's like, uh-oh, I'm gonna get raped in jail, you know? I'm pretty sure there's a picture of him dropping the soap in here somewhere, but I'm too lazy to find it. And at the end of the book, he comes out. He's like, bro, I did it. And they're like, okay, whatever. And that's it. And that's all that happened. That's all that comes out of it. So, you know what, fuck it. Look at these books. Meltdown. It's about snow, except they have a big, gigantic war at the end that completely makes up for it. The beginning of the book is literally just the same shit of Greg just torturing little puppies as he does, right? Huge page of them all murdering each other in the book. Because, like, apparently, this whole time, the street that he lives on is divided into two sections. One at the bottom of the hill and one at the top of the hill. and like they hate each other for reasons unknown. There's backstabbing, there's tooth falling out everywhere, teeth grammar, and you know, bad things. But it's fun because exactly. Yeah. Next book that I totally legit have in my hands is The Getaway. This book comes in at number 2 because something different happens this time. Instead of being trapped in for Christmas, which is weird because Christmas happens again in this one, even though it's right after. Come on.
Come on, game designers.
Come on,
Make game designers.
Keep up your tech chronologically. Instead of being home for Christmas, the mom's like, you know what, fuck this city. So they go to like Hawaii or some shit to like celebrate, except hijinks ensue, right? And then they go out and like Roger gets a girlfriend who cheats on him. So that was one of my favorite anime arcs of all time. They rub lotion on each other because it's a Dark Wimpy Kid book, of course they would. They hide out from the cops because they stole somebody else's clothes. So they hid from the cops and are abandoned from ever going back to that island again. And now, coming in at number 1 is the one with the boner title. Hard luck, dude. So this one, I don't know why, but I really enjoyed myself reading this one. All these made me want to kill myself. And in this one, I actually felt sympathy for Greg Heffley. At the end of this one, the chick who Greg wanted to date chose to fat fucking kid over him because I don't fucking know, women. This poor kid is going around the whole book being like, my life sucks. Like he finally realizes that his life sucks. I mean, doesn't all of our lives suck? But like really, Riley, a middle schooler, even has kids. He has kids with her. And he's like, what, like 11? Like, bro, we should all strive to be like Riley. And so, this whole book, Greg's just going around being like, you know what, everything sucks. And then his life turns around and he finds a magic 8-ball. And the magic 8-ball is like, bro, kill everybody. And then, Meemaw fucking dies in this book, I guess. And then we never hear from Peepaw again, so I'm pretty sure he dies after this book. And she did Easter. And she always put, like, stuff in eggs, except she's fucking delusional. So she put one of her like high expensive diamond rings in one of the eggs, and then she died. And no one can ever find out what happened to it. So the whole book is the whole family being like, yo, where's this ring, dude? We gotta get rich. And then with the power of the almighty magic 8-ball, Greg finds the ring, except in the first instance of character development in the whole series at book number fucking 8, he's like, you know what? If I find this diamond ring and turn it in, the whole family's gonna be torn apart. And I can't have that. So he decides to be a big man and keep the diamond ring hidden, where no one will ever find it, so the family will stay together. At the end, Riley's girlfriend fucking murders their children and then they break up, I guess, right? Logan's sister, women suck, right? Yeah, exactly. At the end of the book, they make up, and then they become gay lovers. And that leads in Dark Wimpy Kid 25 years later, where Riley says, bro, Greg, I'm not gay, Greg. So, that's all these dog shit books. Dark Wimpy Kid. I read them all in like a week. I want to die now. You're gonna read them, right? Right?
Please do it.